One of the things that I get asked the most is which technique is best for my sprinting? Since I'm not an expert, I brought an expert with me. So running, I'm not a fan of, but sprinting, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Why do people want sprinting so bad these days?
It improves explosiveness.
Yeah.
It improves your body composition.
Yeah.
It improves your overall fitness. And for me, it's the ultimate fitness demonstration that you can have.
Yeah, and it's great for weight loss as well. So you can just look at a marathon runner versus a sprinter and you can figure out the difference. So please help me with this.
Okay. First of all, let's divide the acceleration phase and the maintenance phase. The acceleration phase, you can talk about 25 yards.
The first 25 yards, so the takeoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where we're going to focus on.
Okay, let's focus on this right now. In a workout, you obviously can start sitting down or lying down because we want to train your reactive explosiveness, reactive ability, instincts. But we're going to focus on two specific starting points. So the first one is the regular standing one. Please correct me, Thiago. So
to assess which foot you should put front,
okay,
maintain this position. Okay, in your case, it's the right foot.
Oh, it's like the instinctive
reaction.
Yeah, cool.
So put the right foot front.
Yeah.
And you put a palm between both feet.
A palm, yeah.
Yeah. Then bend your knee slightly, hinge your hip a little bit, and then you prepare your hands, putting the opposite end in front, and then like you're walking. Yeah. Bend your torso a little bit, and then raise your heel. That's very important.
Oh, I should raise my heel here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's very explosive on the ground.
I feel my glute, my right glute, so loaded.
You should load your body. So, and from this position, you go.
And then we have the three-point stance, which we are used to seeing in not only athletics, but NFL, combines and stuff. So I just found out that my right one is the one that I put in front, and it's something like this, right? Please correct me.
You should load your left arm, in your case, left arm. Yeah.
Swing left a little bit. Yeah.
You put here so that you're ready to go. The same thing, raise your heel so that you prepare all your posterior chain, and this here so that you apply force on the front foot and on the back foot.
So a little bit more distance between feet.
Yeah, a little bit more distance.
1.5 palms.
Yeah. And from here you load like a spring, and then you go.
So we got the takeoff, position, the start position, and now the acceleration. How do I do it?
You have to think that you must lean forward. So this is a position that your body must maintain. Lean, lean, lean.
Oh.
Okay. In this position, the center of mass is in front of your feet. So you have to maintain this position you don't get up soon. You go in this position.
Oh.
You have to recover during the 15 yard, 20, 25 yard. You have to recover from that position.
Oh, so the initial phase is the recovery of this imbalance, of this
almost
momentum.
If you lose the balance, and you have to recover from that.
Oh.
Yeah.
In that case, I see most people doing one of two mistakes. Either they hinge at the hip and they lose this traction, this initial momentum, and they are too uptight, too straight up.
They are too tall.
Too tall, yeah.
They start, and right after the start, they go to this position.
Yeah, instead
that way you're
of,
not accelerating. It's like if you want to start, you have to maintain the position. That's the acceleration. You have to go to that position. Correct.
Okay, so we got the inclination. Now, what do we have in terms of arms, hips, and legs? So let's start with the arms. How do I do this? Is it linear?
Yeah, it's a linear movement.
Yeah.
And you have to think that it's a very explosive and active movement. A little bit longer. You should go back, like if you want to place your elbow higher on the back.
As if someone that I don't like is standing
behind you.
Behind me, and I want to elbow butt that person. Yeah, I understand everything in terms of fighting.
But you don't rotate. You don't do this.
Okay.
You do the movement with your arms, but without rotating the shoulders.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this feels really powerful in the
shoulders. You must be powerful. If you see the athletes from 100 meters, they are very powerful athletes.
Now the legs. let's start with the feet first. Do I place the heel on the floor at any given time?
No, just the tip of the feet.
Always the tip of the feet?
Yeah. If you notice...
For the whole sprint?
For the whole sprint.
Yeah.
The shoes of the sprinters only have spikes in the front. The heel doesn't exist. Okay. So only the tip of the foot, and you don't place the heel. That it is a movement that will delay you.
Okay. And what about the hip extension, the hip flexion versus extension? How do I go about this?
You have to flex the hip, but you don't go too high, neither too low. You have to get a halfway through the movement.
That I feel comfortable.
Comfortable, and that you can push forward. Okay.
Yeah.
And regarding the leg back, in the first 3 or 4 steps, you go all the way back. Okay.
So I exaggerate a little bit my hip extension.
Yeah, the hip extension go all the way. And after 3 or 4 steps, you start to recover faster.
As long as I'm starting to
get up a little bit, you get up and you don't go as back as in the beginning.
Let me test this out.
Okay. So, in order to correct one of the main errors that everyone does in the starting position, they don't incline, you have this perfect exercise which is called wall drive.
Wall drive.
Both hands on the wall, inclination of the body, you maintain this inclination and just take the knee high and do this movement, explosive
against the floor.
Yeah. And you don't place the heel on the ground, tip of the feet. You do this exercise.
Cool. So I already got my top speed, which should be about, what, 20, 30 yards?
Yes.
Yes.
About that.
And now I want my maintenance phase. What should I do?
There's a lot of errors that you can see, but let's focus on 2.
Yeah.
Mostly the body position. People, they tend to lean forward and run with their heel back.
Yeah,
or
heel to the back.
They lean back and they run with low knees.
What should I do then? Keep straight?
Maintain your body straight and raise the knees not to a 90 degrees position of the hip, a little bit lower, but this way you can gain momentum against the ground and accelerate more.
Yeah, that is a little bit a bigger punch on the floor.
It's the same. If you let go of a tennis ball from this height, it bounces a little bit. If you let go from this side, it bounces more. You apply more force on the ground and you are more explosive.
Good.
And then you have to focus also, when you put your foot on the ground, you don't push all the way back in the maintenance phase. You just apply the force on the ground, and this phase, it is very important to be very quick on the application of force on the ground. And then you apply on the ground and then you pull up. That's it.
Keeping the torso straight.
Very straight, like if you have a hook on your head pulling you up, and then you apply on the ground and get up.
Let's test this theory.
Yeah.
Of course, we can say 1,000 things about sprinting. There are tons of small fractions of technique, but this is the most important piece of information that you can get in order at least not to get injured and to have the correct technique for you to do this either on the treadmill, on the grass, or on the road, on the track, whatever.
And don't forget to warm up very well. You have to know that the best athletes warm up to 1 hour before they do the sprinting session. So warm up and have fun.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Let's go for some sprinting action.